Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. I am Marquita, and I'm super grateful to have you here today. Right now, I'm just about to give you all some life updates and go into a few, words of wisdom, things that I have experienced over the past few months. I know it has been a while since I have created any content, well, any long form content and posted it here. So I just wanted to take some time and, do a few life updates and also just tell you all what I've been up to. So we're gonna start now and go back. So I have been juicing, and so I'm gonna juice while I tell you all what I have been experiencing. So I completed a 14-day juice cleanse where I did nothing but juicing, and in that time I lost 9 pounds, which I'm super happy and grateful for because I had gotten all the way up to 166 pounds. And mind you, I'm only 5'3". And so I didn't like the way that weight was sitting on me. And so Spirit told me to start juicing. And so I had my homeboy, I asked my homeboy, I'm like, hey, can you buy me a juicer? And he bought me a juicer, and I did a 14-day juice cleanse. And so ever since then, I mean, I just completed it actually. I just broke my fast on it's like 2 days ago. I just broke my fast. And so, but I'm gonna go back into it. So this week I broke my fast, and then I'm gonna restart it again because like I have a like for several reasons. Like I really enjoy the juicing. Like I enjoy the juicing fast. I have realized that the amount of food that I was eating was really unnecessary because I still go to the gym, I still lift for weights, I still do all the things that I was doing when I was eating 5 meals a day and high on protein. Um, except for now, I feel a lot better and I'm a lot happier and my mind is a lot clearer and I'm just able to accomplish like a lot more now that I'm lighter and my digestive system is actually working correctly and not working in overdrive from trying to digest all that protein. So I do plan to go back into my fast or just a juicing and probably a juicing and fruit lifestyle. I'll probably just do juicing and fruits like the entire summer. Typically, when it's the summertime, I only eat a lot. I eat a lot of fruits anyway. I mostly eat fruit in the summertime. So, super excited. Right now, I'm making a cucumber, pineapple, and mint um, juice. I already made my two green juices, which I already made a celery, cucumber, ginger. What else did I put in that one? Celery, cucumber, ginger. Oh, and green apple. So that was one that I've already made, and then I also made a cucumber, spinach, green apple, and lemon and ginger one. That one's pretty good too. So that's my two green ones, and right now I'm about to make pineapple, cucumber, and mint juice. I try, last week I tried to stay away. I tried to do mostly green juices last week. I was trying to stay away from this, the high sugar. But what I realized is that the pineapple really does help the digestive system. So, and pineapple is one of my superfoods based off of my blood type. So I know that pineapple is really good for me anyway. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at in life. Where I currently am, because y'all know I like to move around. I'm always moving somewhere. I'm currently back in Atlanta. And yeah, I'm back in Atlanta. I always come back to Atlanta every single time. It never fails. And I have just come to the conclusion that Atlanta is my home and that I'm going to always come back. And so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, this being my home base and me always coming back after I've done my exploring. So I lived in Raleigh for 8 months. I thought that was going to be my forever home, or at least for the next 2 years, and I was sadly mistaken. I was I was not sadly mistaken. I was mistaken. And so after Raleigh, I went to California. Spirit told me to go to California, and I did the things there that needed to be accomplished. And then I came back to Atlanta. And so I know that for me, Atlanta is like my comfort zone. That's why it's home. I've lived so many places and have traveled so many places, and there's nothing like this place. And I know that it just gives me a sense of like comfort being here. because of all of the Black culture and all of the Black people and just what it means to be Black. Like, it's here and it's everywhere. So, um, but there's also benefits in getting outside of your comfort zone. That's why I don't feel the need to stay here long term. I can pop in and out, but stepping outside of your comfort zone and experiencing other cultures and talking to different people is so important for your expansion and your perception of life. So I will continue to do so. I don't know where I'm going next. Maybe Portugal. That's high on my list of next places that I plan to go. But we'll see. We'll see. Since then, so since my last post, I have learned so much about myself. I have done a lot of introspective work, as I always do. And I'm finally in a place where I'm like fully comfortable in like my spiritual practices. I'm learning so much about my spiritual practices. I'm learning so much about spirit and how they communicate with me. And I'm also just learning just so much about myself and the shadow parts of myself, the parts of myself that I didn't want to admit or face, I guess, because I'm like, is that true? Like, is that really how I am, or is that really one of the blockages and one of the things that's keeping me from expanding and keeping me from actually living the life that I want to live? And so once I understood that this is one of my blockages, then this is what I did to release it. And so one of those things is embracing my inner woo. I know that you all have heard, about the girls who are woo woo and the people that are, witchy and all of this. And I am leaning into that part of myself so hard now because I love it. I love that I'm different. I love that my perspective and my perception and how I do things is unconventional, and that I get to teach from my life experiences, which is far drastic than everybody else's experiences. I love that I get to keep learning, and I get to experience different cultures and see how they do it and adopt some of their practices. And like, I am in a place where I'm finally like in acceptance of like, I'm different, I'm weird, and that's okay. So I realized that a lot of the things, or the blockages, the road blockages that I had been experiencing were because I was trying to make this part of myself more palpable. And now I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't need to do that. I just need to, lean into spirit and lean into the most authentic part of myself, which is spiritual, which is spirit, which is woo, which is, you know, psychics, mediums, like Reiki, like things like that, things that are not very talked about in the Black community, in the Black culture. And so um, I've just been exploring that. And so one of the things that I've been exploring is psychic and mediumship. I'm in this group, and lately we've been talking about like what it means to, connect to spirit, and how do you know that you're connected to spirit, and how is spirit communicating with you, and just being more aware and more conscious of like what you're seeing and what you're feeling and what you are hearing, and trusting that what is being communicated with you is spirit and not that you are crazy or that you are making it up. And so it has been fun just to lean into those psychic gifts. I'm not sure, who's tuning in, but the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and just leaning into the different clairs and learning which ones are my gifts. What are my gifts? How is spirit communicating with me? Because spirit will be communicating with me all day long, and I just be like, okay, girl, like, okay, girl, I heard you, and I just now I'm just like leaning into that part of myself. And so that has been fun. That is one of my most recent realizations. And so if there's anybody out there that's like hearing things, seeing things, experiencing things that, you could be seen as unconventional or weird or abnormal, just trust it, just trust it, just lean into it. I would advise you to get curious about it, start asking questions to Google and to YouTube, and just start, finding communities and people that understand, what you are experiencing. Find communities that understand what you are experiencing. I think it's so important to find community in that sense, because it can get scary and it can get lonely and it can get uncomfortable. I know, because I'm like, what am I hearing? What am I seeing? Like, okay. Um, but I love it. I love it. I love all things weird. I love all things esoteric. I love all things quantum physics. I love the science, and I love the spirituality, and I wouldn't say I love religions, but I love culture. I love culture. And if I love culture, then I have to also understand how they practice their spirit, like how they practice spirituality, which is really interesting to me. And so I take from all of the ones that I know of, I take from a lot of different religions and just incorporate it into my own practice, because that's what helps me. That's what helps me grow. That's what helps me evolve. And it helps me not stay in a box, which, baby, I hate the box. Okay. Like, do not put me in a box. One thing for sure, like, do not put me in a box, like, because I am so much not that girl. Like, I'm so different, as I said before. And I feel like boxes restrict me, and then it makes me rebellious. So, in order for me not to be rebellious, I've learned to not put myself in boxes and to just follow my spirit. Yeah, that is what has been up with me. I'm so excited to grow this channel and to just see where it takes me. Oh, y'all see that I locked my hair. These are actually lock extensions. The last time I posted, I did not have these extensions. So these are new. I got them December 31st, and I'm about to comb them out because now I am obsessed. I'm literally obsessed with micro locks. Like, I consume hours upon hours of micro lock content, and it's crazy because, oh my god, it's so satisfying to me to watch the micro locks. Like, I don't know, but yeah. So, and I'm doing a little countdown. In 9 days, I'm gonna be going to get my micro locks, and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna comb out these extensions here pretty soon. I'm gonna comb out these extensions here pretty soon, and I'm super excited. So yeah, I appreciate you all for tuning in. If you're interested, please be sure to stick around, and thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Peace. Oh, that was hard. If y'all be juicing and y'all juice pineapples, you always gotta have a couple of pieces. And I done had what, 3 or 4 at this point. It's so good. Got to put that iron work in. Send this pineapple up. It's good. Pineapple is good.